Third page is a charm, final one. I am going to take some of the check step off of this because I know that the check step here is ridiculously difficult on a couple of these. This one in particular, I don't have students check. Check it with Photomath. This one down here, I don't have them check. Check it with Photomath. The other two aren't terrible. You can see here we're working with some rational numbers. I have an answer key, so I know where we're going with this, but looking at this, don't be afraid. You've got some simplifying that you can do on the left. You've got some simplifying you can do on the right. I'm going to add the opposite here. So I have positive 6.5 and negative 1.5, which is going to give me 5 h's plus negative 7 equals. I'm going to add the opposite because we have to distribute a negative term. You know, that's that Oprah and the studio audience. So I'm going to get 15h plus negative 7h. If I add the opposite here, I'm going to get positive 7. So, interesting. Let's go down here and combine like terms. 5h plus negative 7 equals 8h plus 7. You may know where this is going by this point, but I don't. So let's subtract 5 h's from both sides. Negative 7 equals 3h plus 7. Well, this looks like ax plus b equals c, so we're going to subtract 7 and subtract 7. Plus negative, so that's negative 14 equals 3h. Divide by the coefficient. So h is equal to negative 14 thirds, which if I'm going to put it into a mixed number form is negative 4 2/3. And of course, those of you that love decimals more than anything, 4 6/10 repeating. So the number of solutions, there's one solution. That's not actually the actual answer. The answer is h equals negative 4 2/3. It was a scary one for a while. I thought it was going to be nuts. Oh my good googly moogly. So looking at this, I don't love fractions per se. I might go through and say I'd like to multiply this entire thing by 6 wholes in order to get rid of those fractions. If you're not the type of person who likes that, you may find a common denominator of 6 here to work with. So that's 4 6x plus 6 equals 1 6x plus 10 plus 3 6x. So I'm going to do the problem 2 different ways. First, I'll work with it with a common denominator, and then I'm going to come back and do it with the whole numbers. I'm going to combine like terms first here. So 4 6x plus 6 equals 4 6x plus 10. Now I should be able to stop right here. This term is equal to this term. If I subtract that term from both sides, I know they're both going to go away. I get 6 equals 10, which is false. This is no solution. Or x is the set containing the empty set. I would accept either. That's a little e. It's a little messy there. Over here, if I multiply through by 6, 6 wholes times 2/3 is going to give me 12 thirds, or 4x plus 36. Remember, it has to be to every single term, equals x plus 10 plus 3x. And again, if I combine my like terms, 4x plus 36 equals 4x plus 10. I could stop right here and write no solution, because I can see that any number I multiply by 4 should be equal to any number I multiply by 4. When I add 36 to that product, or I add 10 to that product, it's never going to be equal. There is no solution. Last one. 15, oh, next to last one. 15 minus 6t equals negative 20 plus 5. So I guess I can go here. Negative 15. I'm going to add 15 to both sides. No, subtract 15 and subtract 15. That'd be negative 6t, because that's 0 minus 6t. You could also add the opposite here to see that. Equals negative 30. Divide by the coefficient. t equals 5. Now, I probably should check that one. That's not going to be too terrible to check. 15 minus 30 equals negative. That's not right. It's negative 15. Negative 15 equals negative 15. Yeah, make sure you do your math right. There's one solution, which happens to be t equals 5. That looks disgusting. That's why we're not going to be doing a check step. I don't want to multiply through until I get rid of this distributive property. I know what to do, but I'm worried that you guys will make an error. So if you approach one like this, I would get rid of the parentheses first. 4/5 plus 1/4 f plus 16f plus 4/8 equals 20f. I might change all these to decimals. 8/10 plus 25/100 f plus 16f plus 1/2 equals 20f. Well, here's the f terms. 16.25f plus 1 3/10 equals 20f. All right. I guess we're gonna subtract 16 25/100 f's. 1.3 equals, well, we gotta regroup. It's my favorite thing to do. So that should be 75/100. I better make sure I subtracted correctly. I'm not feeling it today. 20 minus 16 and 25/100, 3 and 75/100. Whew. Divide by the coefficient. Oh my. I am going to use a calculator for this. I'm not ashamed. 1 3/10 divided by 3 and 75/100. I'm getting a different answer than what I have on the answer key. I wonder if I made a mistake here. 3, 4, 6 repeating equals f. Let's go back and check my answers here because it does seem like I did something wrong. 4/5 is 8/10. Copied that right. 16. It should be positive. Oh, this is 6/8. Was anybody yelling at the screen when I did this wrong? That should be a 6/8. And 6/8 is 75/100. Which is going to change this. So 75/100 plus 8/10 is 1.55. Wonderful. Well, let's see if I can get it right. So 1 and 55/100 divided by 3 and 75/100. That is the answer I have on my answer key. So 4, 1, 3 repeating equals f. Oops. So be careful. You don't have an answer key, but you're not going to see anything that is this kind of ridiculous. And again, this is just one solution. It's just beefy. All right, the last page is just lots and lots and lots of practice where you have to distribute, you have to combine. I should be able to stop right here and know what the answer is. These x terms are going to eliminate each other. If I subtract 6x from both sides, I'm going to get 4 equals -3, which is going to be no solution. And I should be able to move on. So the answers say you're either going to get x equals a, which is a single answer. You're going to get no solution like we just did where we got 4 equals -3. That's never good. It's false, right? No solution is what you're going to write here. You're going to write that solution of x equals a. And still others will have infinite solutions, but you're not writing infinite solutions. You're writing all real numbers. And again, I would accept x is the set containing all real numbers, and x X is the set containing the empty set. It's good math. You don't have to know it this year, but you do have to know no solution and all real numbers. Good luck!